Hello everyone, welcome back to the Collector's Outpost. Today we're taking a look at one of my favorite characters, Batman from Batman vs Superman, 1/6 scale Hot Toys figure. Now, a lot of people have told me, or I've seen posts or whatever, that this version of Batman is their favorite. The Justice League outfit and everything kind of changed, the character changed a little bit, but overall as a look, everybody seems to like this one and the version they put out from Suicide Squad. I think they're about the same. I think the Suicide Squad might have a little edge on this one, but for me, I found this figure at a local comic store that I go to, and it was just dropped off by another collector who was selling a bunch of Hot Toys, and I walked past and I picked up this and 3 or 4 other ones while I was there. So let's dig into this one and take a look at all the great accessories it comes with. Alright, here's a quick overview of all the accessories that it comes with, and actually one of my favorite stands. It is so cool. I love when they do different things with the stands, and I love the fact that they have the logos incorporated with this one. It's really a cool looking stand. The accessories that they gave us are really great. There's a lot of cool options to fiddle with and set up little scenes and all that stuff, so I'm really glad that they gave us a lot of things to play with. So starting on the left, we have 2 extra eye plates, we have 4 batarangs, we have 6 extra hands, we have 2 extra mouth plates, we have 2 shooting grappling hooks, the grappling gun, the sniper rifle, the bat branding thing, the kryptonite canisters, the grenade gun, open and close grappling hooks, and the stand. Okay. Alright, let's dig into some of the accessories. Here's the sniper rifle. Now, I do wish that the guns and everything had some more weathering on them. The stands do open, which is really cool, so you can really set them up, if you can even get them in position to use that. Which is really great. The wood texture is fantastic. I really love the details they put in the guns. So this, I don't even know what the chamber thing, I don't know what it's exactly called. This does come up and open, which is completely cool, because that's just a, let me show you this. So just like a regular gun, you can open that little thing and cock it back and pop it right back open, just like a regular gun. Like, that's a fantastic detail that it actually works and it's not just sculpted in. Alright, now the grappling gun. It looks like they put a little bit of time into some of the paint to kind of give it a little bit of weathering around the edges, some dry brushing. The wood grain texture is fantastic. You know, all the little details are great there. But it does look like they put a little bit of time into the paintwork on this one. And for the batarangs, I do wish they made these out of die cast, but they got some nice paintwork on it, a little bit of weathering in the middle there to kind of make some of the details and everything stand out. Now, here on the grenade gun, I do wish they put a little bit more work in some of the paint. There's just like a little bit of weathering, it looks like, on the front there at the top of the barrel, and maybe a very light coat of dry brushing. It's very, very, very subtle. I mean, this looks brand new. Unless this looks exactly how it does in the movie, I just wish they put a little bit more work in the paint so it doesn't just look like a hunk of black plastic. See, now look at the difference between the grenade gun and this. This is the Bat Iron brand that he has, and I think it looks fantastic. The metal looks like metal. It looks a little used and worn down. I think they did a great job on this. Alright, the next accessory, I am pretty sure this is the open grappling hook. It's really cool that they gave us open versions and closed versions and versions that are on strings to make it look like it's shooting out of the grappling gun. So here are the other versions. You got 2 small closed versions and a couple of closed versions that you can connect right to the grappling gun, so it looks like it's getting shot right out. I do wish they gave us an open version with a real string on it so we could have actually hooked it onto something. Now, along with the closed mouth version, which is the one I use on the actual figure itself, we have 2 extra versions. We have a super subtle, slightly open mouth, and then a really angry version. Really great options depending on how you're posing him. Now we've got the Kryptonite Grenades. We've got a closed and an open version. Would have been really cool if they gave us some kind of smoke effect we could have attached to the open canister. So we could have set up a scene where Batman's got the grenade launcher and Superman has the canister, and it has a poof of green smoke that comes out of it. Now let's take a look at the 2 extra eye plates that come along, so you can swap these all out. There's 3 in total. Now, the tricky part about these things, even though it's great to have the options, they're so buried inside of the mask that you can't really even see them. So I'm not even sure having these extra options is really worth it, but I'll sure take whatever it is that they want to give us, because We're paying a pretty penny for all of these figures, so, you know, any options and extras they want to give us, I'm happy to take whether I use it or not. So here's what I have installed in the Batman cowl right now. I've just got the straight mouthpiece and whatever the hell eyes those are. You can see what I'm saying, like they're really buried in there, so I don't really think whether looking straight, sideways, or whatever is going to really make a huge difference to whatever pose you have them in. Alright, let's give a quick up and down look at this bad boy, because I love the suit work and the detailing and the scratches and the paint and whatever the fabric texture is. I mean, they did such a fantastic job on this figure. All I can say is that this figure and this outfit makes him look like a beast. They kind of thinned everything down in Justice League. They changed the cowl, they changed the neck size. Not really sure why they went with that. Even the colors are slightly different. But this version is my absolute favorite version of Batman. Everything about him looks like a beast. Now, I know this is just the nature of the figures and fabric things, but I love the muscle suit in the middle with the chest and the abs and everything. I do wish they somehow figured out how to make the arms a little bit more defined. I don't know if the front piece where the chest and the abs are, or I don't know if they're glued to the fabric or however that was done. I wish they could have figured out how to do that to the arms, because that would have added a lot more definition and a bit more movie accurate. I'm not complaining at all because I absolutely love this figure as is. It just would have been a next level kind of thing if they were able to figure that out. This utility belt looks amazing. The sculpting, the painting, the weathering. This guy looks like he's been through some battles over the years. Alright, taking a look at the gauntlets. We've got some great paint work over here. The sculpting is great, it's weathered, it's got some scars, it's got some decent paint. Looks like, you know, it looks like there's a little bit of dirt on there and some wear and tear. They did a great job of that. I'm really happy with the boots. The boots look great. They have the cool boot cut right here with two sculpted pieces. Much better than having the pleather stuff. You get a lot of articulation and you don't have to worry about any cracking in the ankles or anything. It's one of my biggest fears about the pleather stuff. You know, I feel like anytime I move them or try to put anything into a pose, I'm afraid it's going to crack. Like, this is much better. Look at that. You get the articulation up and down, and you never have to worry about the joints kind of wearing out on you. Alright, let's talk about this cape for a second, because this is probably one of the single worst feeling capes I think I've ever felt. I don't understand why they don't give us like a nice soft leather or pleather or material that looks something like this, but is just really soft and falls really nicely. But they have the nice pleats and everything here, so that's done pretty well. Down here you can see some weathering, all kind of torn up, like he's been through the dirt and through the streets and everything. It's just been kind of wearing out over the years. And they give us some nice mud paint and everything down there to add some really good texture. Now, I don't care too much, but if you're absolutely hating this cape, there's a few places online that I'm sure you can find custom capes with wires and way better texture and material. Now, I've actually taken it upon myself to make a few of my own custom capes for some of these big figs. I think these guys are like 17 or 18 inches long or something like that. But I got the fabric in a local fabric store called Joann's Fabric, and it is super soft. It looks just like leather. All right, I'll flip it around so you can see the fabric and the paint a little bit and the weathering at the bottom that I did. It's pretty simple. I actually had a video somewhere. If I could find it, I'll post it online. But you can look up Cosplay Chris. He does amazing custom work. I've seen him do some of these big figs and, you know, do all the weathering and the capes and everything. But this fabric I found, it falls really nicely. It feels great. It's thin. It looks heavy. I think this fabric was like goth pants or something. But again, I found it at Joann's Fabric. I'm sure you can find something like this at your local fabric store. If you can find this bad boy anywhere online, I would suggest picking him up. I know it's kind of hard to find these days, and they could get a little pricey, but I actually found mine. I just lucked out. I walked into my local comic shop, and there he was sitting with a stack of Hot Toys that somebody was selling, and I picked him up, and I picked like 2 or 3 other ones. I forget which ones I grabbed. It was an awesome find, and I'm so happy I happened to walk in to that place just at the right time. Alright, to close this video out, I have the whole Justice League out here, minus Cyborg, unfortunately, but at the time of this video, he is up for pre-order, so I do hope to get him soon and finish out the Justice League. And in the back over there, we have the Flash, who is not a Hot Toys figure. He is one of the DC collectible resin statues, which I loved. I actually have a few of them. But he fit in with the crew here perfectly, so I wound up never getting the Hot Toys version of it. Alright, that's about it for this figure. If you enjoyed this video, please jump down below and smash that like button and subscribe to the page and hit that little bell button. That'll help the channel out a lot and help us grow. Plus, it's free, so there's nothing to lose. Thank you all so much, and I hope to see you all at the next video.